Do you ever find yourself wondering how many good years you still have ahead? Once we pass 70, each moment feels more precious, each morning more meaningful. But here's something we rarely talk about. Your body is already whispering clues about your future. Subtle signs, quiet indicators. Are you listening? Some people in their 70s are still sharp, energetic, and full of life. Others begin to slow down, struggling with fatigue, balance, or memory. What's the difference? It's not just genetics or luck. Science has shown us that certain signs in your body and habits in your life can actually predict how long and how well you may live. In this video, we're going to explore 8 scientifically backed signs that offer insight into your longevity. Not only will you learn what to look out for, but more importantly, what you can do to improve these areas starting today. Stick with me, and by the end, you'll feel more aware, more empowered, and more in control of your aging journey. If you believe in aging with intention and living your best life at every stage, hit that like button and subscribe. Let's dive in. Sign number 1, your walking speed, the silent signal of strength. Have you noticed yourself slowing down lately? Not just in spirit, but in the way you move? You're not alone. As we age, our walking speed often changes without us even realizing it. But here's the surprising truth. How fast you walk may be one of the strongest indicators of how long you'll live. Doctors and researchers have studied this for years. A large study published in the JAMA Journal found that older adults with faster walking speeds tend to live significantly longer than those who walk more slowly. Why? Because walking isn't just about your legs. It's about your heart, lungs, nervous system, balance, and overall energy. Let me introduce you to Frank, 76, who used to be the kind of guy who walked everywhere. But over the last year, his pace started to slow. He needed more breaks. Climbing stairs felt harder. At first, he thought, well, this is just aging. But after a checkup, his doctor pointed out that slower walking speed can signal declining muscle strength, cardiovascular health, or even early cognitive changes. The good news? You can improve your walking speed and your health through simple steps. Start by walking a little farther each day. Add in light strength training to support your legs and core. Practice good posture and breathing techniques to help with stamina. Most importantly, don't ignore what your body's telling you. So here's a quick challenge. Time yourself walking 10 yards. Does your pace feel strong and steady? Or slower than it used to be? If it's the latter, don't panic. Just take it as your cue to start moving more intentionally. Your stride tells a story. Make sure it's one of strength. Sign number 2, your grip, strength. More than just a handshake. When was the last time you opened a stubborn jar lid and thought, wow, that used to be easier? Or maybe you've noticed your hands feeling weaker when carrying groceries or holding on to the railing. These moments might seem small, but they could be telling you something much bigger. Your grip strength isn't just about hand power. It's a key predictor of overall health and longevity. In fact, research from the British Medical Journal and other major studies has linked weak grip strength to a higher risk of heart disease, mobility decline, and even earlier mortality. Let me tell you about Margaret, 78, who loved baking with her grandchildren. Over time, she started struggling with kneading dough and lifting pans. Her doctor tested her grip strength and found it had dropped below average for her age. This small test helped uncover a larger issue, muscle loss and early signs of frailty. But the story didn't end there. With a few lifestyle changes, Margaret began improving. She added hand exercises, used resistance balls, and even started light strength training with small dumbbells. Slowly but surely, her hands felt stronger, and so did the rest of her body. The beauty of grip strength is that it's easy to test and easy to improve. Try this. Squeeze a soft rubber ball, run 10 times in each hand, twice a day, or practice opening jars and carrying lightweight bags with purpose. Even writing by hand or playing a musical instrument can help. Your hands connect you to the world. A firm, confident grip isn't just about physical ability. It's a sign of vitality, independence, and resilience. Don't let your grip slip away. Strengthen it, and you may be strengthening your future. Sign number 3, your balance. Can you stand on one leg for 10 seconds? Have you ever found yourself reaching for a wall or countertop just to steady yourself while putting on your pants or socks? If so, your body might be quietly warning you. Your sense of balance is changing. And here's why that matters. Your ability to balance is directly tied to how long and how well you live. Studies have shown that seniors who struggle to stand on one leg for just 10 seconds are at significantly higher risk for falls, injuries, and even premature death. Let me share the story of Walter, a retired firefighter now 72. He was always active in his younger days, but lately he noticed himself wobbling while walking on uneven pavement or turning quickly in the kitchen. One day he tripped over a rug and bruised his hip, not a major injury, but it shook his confidence. His doctor performed a simple test. "Walter, try standing on one leg with your eyes open." He couldn't make it past 6 seconds. But that was his wake-up call. Walter began practicing daily balance exercises, starting with simply standing on one foot near the kitchen counter. He then added heel-to-toe walking, gentle Tai Chi, and even a local senior yoga class. In just a few months, his balance improved, and so did his confidence. Here's a challenge for you. Find a stable surface nearby. Stand tall, lift one foot, and count. Can you reach 10 seconds without holding on? If not, don't worry. The ability to balance can absolutely be rebuilt, one steady breath at a time. Because good balance isn't just about avoiding falls, it's about keeping your independence, your mobility, and your peace of mind. Sign number 4, how well you sleep. It's more than just rest. Do you often find yourself waking up at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling, wondering why you feel tired even after a full night in bed? If so, you're not alone, and it may be more important than you think. The quality of your sleep, not just the number of hours, has a deep connection to your long-term health and longevity. In fact, poor sleep in older adults has been linked to a higher risk of heart disease, memory loss, depression, and even shortened lifespan. Take Eleanor, a 74-year-old widow who always prided herself on her independence. Over the last year, she started waking up exhausted despite going to bed early. She dismissed it at first, thinking it was just part of aging. But her doctor helped her realize she wasn't getting restorative sleep, the kind that helps the body and brain repair. With some small changes, everything began to shift. Eleanor started turning off screens an hour before bed, replaced her old mattress, and added a short evening walk to her routine. She also began drinking chamomile tea and doing 5 minutes of deep breathing before sleep. Within weeks, she felt clearer, calmer, and more energetic in the morning. Here's the takeaway. Sleep isn't just about rest. It's when your immune system strengthens, your cells repair, and your brain clears toxins. It's essential to how long and how well you live. So ask yourself, are you waking up refreshed or more tired than when you went to bed? If sleep feels elusive, don't ignore it. Your body is asking for deeper care. Because a well-rested night is more than comfort. It's a foundation for a longer, healthier life. Sign number 5, sense of purpose. Why you wake up each morning. Have you ever woken up and thought, what's the point of today? It's a quiet question, but one that matters more than most people realize. Because having a sense of purpose isn't just good for the soul, it's strongly linked to how long you live. Research from the University of Michigan found that older adults with a strong sense of purpose were more likely to live longer, healthier lives, even after accounting for age, gender, and income. It's not magic, it's meaning. When you have a reason to get up in the morning, your brain stays sharper, your body moves with intention, and your spirit feels alive. Let me introduce you to Thomas, 79, a retired postal worker. After he stopped working, he felt lost. His kids were grown, his wife had passed, and the days stretched out quietly. He began sleeping later, skipping meals, and barely leaving the house. But everything changed the day he decided to volunteer at a local library. He didn't do anything grand, just helped reshelve books and greet visitors. But something shifted. He started smiling more, eating better, laughing again. His weekly volunteer shift gave him structure, connection, and most importantly, purpose. And that's the lesson here. Purpose doesn't have to be big. It could be teaching your grandchild to bake, writing down your life stories, caring for a garden, or even calling a friend who needs you. Ask yourself, what gives me joy? Who needs me today? Because when your life still feels needed, valuable, and full of small intentions, that's not just living, that's thriving. Purpose is power, and it may just be your secret to living longer, fuller days. Sign number 6, your social life. Even small talk can save you. When was the last time you had a real conversation with someone who truly listened, or even a lighthearted chat at the grocery store or on your morning walk? You might be surprised to know these small connections could be adding years to your life. Loneliness isn't just a feeling, it's a health risk. According to the National Institute on Aging, social isolation in older adults is associated with a 50% increased risk of dementia, higher rates of heart disease, and even premature death. On the flip side, people who maintain strong social ties tend to live longer, healthier, and more emotionally balanced lives. Let's talk about Dolores, 81, who had always been independent. After her husband passed and her children moved away, she started spending more and more time alone. At first, it felt peaceful, but over time, the silence became heavy. Her energy dipped. Her memory felt foggy. Her doctor gently suggested joining a local senior group. Reluctantly, she attended a weekly coffee hour at the community center, and everything changed. She made new friends, laughed more, shared stories. Those weekly chats didn't just lift her mood, they lifted her health. You don't need a crowd. Just a few meaningful connections can make a world of difference. Call an old friend, join a book club, sit on your porch and wave at neighbors. Even a smile or a short chat with the mail carrier keeps your mind and heart engaged. Your brain thrives on connection. Your soul needs it, and your health depends on it more than you may realize. Because sometimes the smallest conversations hold the greatest power to keep you going. Sign number 7, how fast you recover from sickness. Have you ever caught a cold or minor infection and found it took weeks, maybe even a month to feel like yourself again? That slow recovery isn't just frustrating, it might be a deeper sign about your overall health and resilience. One of the most powerful indicators of longevity after 70 isn't whether you get sick, because everyone does. It's how quickly your body bounces back. Let me tell you about Jerry, 75, a retired mechanic. He caught the flu last winter. It wasn't severe at first, but the recovery was long and dragging. He felt wiped out for weeks. Every small chore felt like a mountain. He thought he was just getting old, but his doctor explained that prolonged recovery can be a warning sign, that the immune system isn't responding as robustly, that muscle and energy reserves are depleted, and the body's ability to heal is slowing. But here's the good news. Resilience can be rebuilt. Jerry started focusing on nutrient-dense foods, leafy greens, lean protein, and vitamin-rich meals. He added daily walks, got more sleep, and began taking a high-quality multivitamin with zinc and vitamin D, known to support immune health in seniors. The next time he caught a mild cold, he recovered in a few days. If you notice that your recovery time has been getting longer, don't ignore it. It's your body whispering for extra care. Ask yourself, am I nourishing myself well? Am I sleeping deeply? Am I moving my body each day, even gently? Because how you recover from the small things today can tell you a lot about how you'll handle the big things tomorrow. The goal isn't to never get sick, it's to come back stronger each time. Sign number 8, your attitude. Optimism isn't just a feeling, it's a predictor. What if the way you see the world could actually change how long you live? It sounds almost too simple, but your attitude, especially your level of optimism, is one of the strongest predictors of longevity after 70. A long-term study from Harvard found that older adults with a more optimistic outlook lived up to 15% longer than their less hopeful peers. And it's not just about happiness, it's about how your body responds to stress, how quickly you heal, and how well you manage illness. Optimists tend to have stronger immune systems, lower blood pressure, and even better heart health. Meet Helen, 80, a retired school teacher. She's had her share of hard years, widowhood, arthritis, even a cancer scare. But she's the kind of person who says, "It's a good day if I'm breathing and the sun's up." Her neighbors often comment on how vibrant she seems, despite everything. And there's a reason for that. Helen chooses to focus on what's still possible rather than what's been lost. Optimism doesn't mean ignoring life's hardships. It means believing that something good is still ahead, that you still have value, that tomorrow holds a bit of promise. So how can you cultivate that mindset? Start by practicing gratitude. Write down 3 things you're thankful for each night. Limit negative input. Cut back on gloomy news or critical company. Surround yourself with positive voices, even if that means watching uplifting shows or listening to music that lifts your spirit. Because the way you think influences the way your body behaves. A hopeful heart is a healthier heart. And when you carry light inside you, it tends to shine a little longer. So what can you do today? Let's take a moment to reflect. These 8 signs aren't just health facts. They're windows into your future. Each one reveals something powerful about your body, your mind, and your ability to live not just longer, but better. Whether it's the speed of your walk, the strength of your grip, the way you bounce back from illness, or simply how you view the world, every sign is a reminder that aging isn't just about decline. It's about awareness, choice, and action. And the best part? You don't have to change everything all at once. Just pick one area, one habit, one small shift today. Maybe that means going for a 10-minute walk, calling an old friend, trying to stand on one leg, or simply writing down something you're grateful for. Because yes, you have more power over your future than you think. Try the balance test right now and share how it went. Or tell me, which of these 8 signs surprised you the most? Comment below. Your story might inspire someone else who needs it. We're in this chapter of life together, and it's never too late to make the next page even better.